Giro Di Sicilia, Stage 1. This race has been off the calendar for 45 years or something ridiculous, but it's back. Mainly, it's full of Italian pro-continental teams, continental teams, and UAE Team Emirates, who are pretty much, well, they are the token Italian World Tour team, even though they're not really. So this has got a very technical run-in, 6 kilometers to go, a little less than that, and the run-in has a very fast descent in it. So you might see Androni going very early with a lot of guys, but it does make sense because there really isn't much space to move up once they get onto the coastal road. So Androni, as you can see, obviously are lined up. They are going for Belletti. UAE are going for Milano, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Gazprom have someone else up there, and we have Pacioni, who's for Neri Serie Italia. But again, around this corner, very good use of the people. They stop people dive bombing by spreading ride, and you can see now, like, it's just going to get strung out. And this is the thing with the Italian races, it seems like they go through really narrow places, then there'll be like one really important corner, and if you're not in position now, you're in real trouble. UAE also, Israel Cycling Academy also have Kristen Speralli, who's, you know, a decent finisher in this sort of company. He probably could get a result, and he's just surfing the wheels, doesn't really have much position. But yeah, Androni did a very weird lead out in this way of that they sort of swapped riders. They didn't do the usual pull off and then that's it. I think because they realised it was a long run in, they just sort of were just swapping turns on the front pretty much and just keeping the pace high, making sure that their sprinters in a good position, doesn't have to, you know, respond to surges, etc., etc. But realistically, I think they overextended themselves, and I think they would also say that they did overextend themselves because in the finale they didn't have many riders left. And I think that that's one thing that a lot of teams, sprinters teams, will do, especially if it's technicals. They'll be like, we need to be at the front here. It's like, well, yeah, but how many of you need to be at the front? And, like, do you really need to be, like, right on the front or not? But anyway, as you can, like, the pack is just coming back together. Peloton's just bunching up again because the pace isn't as high as it was. And after that long, corner where it really got strung out, I mean, everyone's back. So realistically, they've done well here because they managed to just stay at the front. Androni, UAE are sort of here. They've got a couple of guys who are just wheel surfing from continental teams, who realistically, I mean, their best shot is just to try and hop on one of the sprinters and hope they can deliver a lead out and then get a win, because their team's not going to be able to help them. And Androni, this is the really fast descent now. Fausto Masnada is a good lad. I mean, like, you know, he'll get around the Giro pretty well, and he's just leading everyone out. Everyone's pretty strung out, and I quite enjoy these Italian races. Like, they always seem to be pretty exciting. You never really know who's going to win, and also the riding is just hilarious because it's just like they make them go through like things that are just like a meter wide, and they're like, lol, this is a road in Italy, so you're going through it. And Androni have another guy moving up. UAE have like 3 people, so from this helicopter view you can sort of see generally there's a couple continental riders there. Whatever Willia Selle Italia now turned into, I literally have no idea, but it's like Neri's something. Anyway, they are in third team back after UAE and Androni. Androni just keeping the pace high, 3 kilometers to go, so, you know, a little over 3 minutes left of the racing at this speed, about 60 kilometers an hour. And when they drop down, it's a real fast technical descent. And that, I would say, it's good to be on the front for sure. But if you look how much work they've done in comparison to UAE Team Emirates, it's like, well, maybe if I like, you sort of do question them and you're like, well, are you going to have anyone for the lead out? But actually, this lad here does an unbelievable turn. Fausto Masnada, I think it still is, and he just drills it on the front for so long. Because realistically, you need about 3 guys for the last kilometre. So you've got a person going from 1k to like 500 metres to 200 metres, and then the sprinter. So as long as you've got 3 guys by 1k to go, you're sorted. And because it's a downhill, he can sort of like freewheel and rest a little bit. So it doesn't get, it's not as tiring. It's not like it's just a complete straight drag strip where he's just riding at like 500-600 watts and that's just it. He definitely can rest, and it's just really strung out. And this is the thing, I think in reality Androni probably did do a good job just making sure they're at the front, and just keeping the pace high. Because you imagine if you were just like 4th wheel going around these corners, further back, like, you know, 10th wheel, 15th wheel, having to barge elbows through the corners. It's just very stressful, the sprinter, and it's better just for them to be up front. So 2k to go. UAE Emirates are starting to move up on the right hand side. Gazprom on the left. A couple other continental teams trying to move up. You also have Bardiani GSF who are moving up on the left hand side as well. Everyone's just really like, all right, we're actually on at the front. And this little drag is you know, it's a good place to move up, because, you know, obviously everyone's going a bit slower. There's like fight for position is just slightly easier. Rally were really prominent with about 10-15k to go, and they've now just gone. I'm not really sure who they were going to. I think their sprinter got a top 10 or something, but I don't really know what he was doing. He's all in his own now. His team's gone. It's like, well, why are we riding on the front with like everyone there, and then at the end you just haven't done it? This is when Androni again really lent on too much. I mean, like, no one else is doing any work. Everyone's just sitting on it. It's just Androni are like, yeah, fine, if you have the fastest sprinter, that makes sense. Matteo Montaguti is a good lad as well. They do have a lot of strong Italian riders who met ex-World Tour guys who, like, can't find a slot, and they'll just slot down to Pro Conti level with these guys, and they'll do a result. So he's pulled off, as I said, 3 guys for 1K to go. Ideal. It's absolutely ideal. In this situation, you'd expect Androni to level that sprint. When he's the fastest guy, he'll win. So the main thing with this is that the guy who wins, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's unexpected. It's someone who's managed to sort the wheels all day. I haven't even talked about him because no one knew who he was. He's a continental rider, and he's now 4th wheel. And you'll just see around this corner, you know, they lead it out well. You know, it's probably up to 65 kilometers an hour. And we've got some beautiful helicopter shots now. And you can see the lead out's not fast enough. People are starting to come around. Belletti's starting to lose the wheel. Then his lead out gets dropped now. Ferrari's really leading out Milano. And then you have Belletti, 3rd wheel. And then you have Stacchiotti, who's 4th wheel now. And look at how well he sprints. He just goes straight on the wheel of Belletti, holds his wheel, and then just comes out the wind with about 150 meters to go. And he's just really, really strong, really strong. Like, this guy was just like, definitely had the edge. Like, long-term sprints, like, he definitely hasn't. If Belletti had gone, you know, a bit later and he only had a 100-meter sprint, I reckon he would have had it. But 150 meters to go, 200 meters to go, Stacchiotti was unbelievably strong. He really was. And there he is, continental rider. No one knew who he is. He's now beaten World Tour teams. He's been established pro continental teams. And I reckon he'll step up next year to Pro Conti level, in my opinion, because, I mean, like, there's a solid sprint there, and he'll probably get another one or two in this race if there's some more sprint stages coming up. So anyway, cheers for watching. Hope you did enjoy this little video of Giro Di Sicilia Stage 1. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down, but we will see. So see you in a minute.
Love is sacred, love is kind, but love is on.